So thank you very much for attending. So you're in person, so from BMKG Indonesia and from Thailand. So thank you very much for coming. And so from Philippines, Pagasa. So Raymond-san there? Can you hear me?
Yes, Abisan. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. And Dr. Kiem from Vietnam. So thank you very much for attending. Can you hear me?
Hello, yes.
Okay. So thank you very much. So we sincerely appreciate our joining to this conference. Thank you very much for this time. And so unfortunately, IMD is not able to join this meeting. But so in audience, so JMA people, maybe some of the JMA people are joining to this conference. So totally 5 national NMHS are joining to this panel discussion. So today, so first of all, so I'd like to ask each countries to make a short presentation for 3 or 5 minutes for this agenda. So after that, we would like to move on to the panel discussion. So first, I'd like to introduce Dr. Agi from BMKG. So would you share your presentation? So you can click. Okay. 変えられます? Okay.
Well, thanks, Abisan, and good afternoon. It's be my honor to attend this conference. Again, I think with a really short time, I would like also to deliver a really important message in terms of not just only AI itself, but it's also how we can use the AI to save the people. Because if I want to talk about the Indonesian's context, in Indonesia, we really exposed by the, if you say about the climate change and also global warmings. And just recently, we impacted a lot with the tropical cyclone Senyars, which has impacted more than 1,000 casualties. And we realized that the climate and also the environment has changed right now. And naturally, we also impacted with so many climate drivers. And these interactions become really, really more difficult to understand and also to predict, because all the interaction is between the oceans, between the islands, and this huge impact of our weather patterns become more difficult to be precisely predicted. And with this unique climate and also weather situations, we also have really huge populations, more than 270 million populations that need to be helped, need to be assisted with the really proper weather informations and specifically about the early warnings. So we fight for this. We struggling to serve the people, to save the peoples. And due to the really complex situations of the weather phenomena and the capacity to predict, and thanks to technology with the numerical weather predictions, we can really use it as the guidance and as the tools to give the really first signal so they can know as early as they can to get or to save their life when the disaster is coming up. So what we did in the last 5 years, we introduced what we call as the National Digital Forecast. And at that time, we believe that that's really advanced technology that we already have. We're combining many numerical weather predictions. We use the really statistical modeling, model output statistic, and we're happy that we can integrate all the systems. But then, in recent years, we surprised with the new technology with the AI. But we believe we need to thank the systems, and with the National Digital Forecast, we start to call the data and also the informations. Even there is something that everyone talking about the AI, but it's not really someone who really understands what is actually about it. So then we start to try the AI approach with the really simply machine learnings, and we try to integrate it what is actually exists around the world. So we start to use the AI on the pre-processings, on the processings, and also the post-processings. The pictures that you see on the screen is the basic one that we start to grab the data or take the information from the AIFS, which is already mentioned earlier. But we also start to run the Penghu weathers in our Indonesian case. From the previous presentations, I think it's going to be really critical because with the improvement more than 10 square error to be more precise. So I think this is really chance to help us to provide better forecasts and also early warnings. So I would say that what is actually the challenge for Indonesia? I hope you already been there and you can feel that the weather mechanism or the weather change is really fast. You can easily to get really big cumulonimbus cloud and then you can get struck by thunderstorm really easily. And then this is the case that what we call as the no-casting. So we challenge ourselves that how is actually we can predict in the next 3 hours, in the next 6 hours, or in the next 12 hours, which is sometimes numerical weather predictions cannot really give the best sign of this. So we expect that AI merged with our remote sensing capability, with the radar, with the satellite, we hope that it can save the people. And also here I would like to also acknowledge that thanks our partners with their news, it already several years that we already been work together. And recently we start also to focusing on the tropical cyclone and also flood forecastings. So people in Indonesia believe that this kind of collaborations with the private, with the organizations, international organizations, that if the nation is ready to receive the new technology, I think we also will ready to do the AI implementations or the new technology will coming in. So I believe that what I would like to propose is also the man-machines approach or the man-machines integrations. I think this is something that Indonesia can give also to be a lesson learned. Because until today, we still not stop from the decision-making systems by the human. But we can be really stronger and much better when the machine is help us with the new approach of the numerical weather predictions and also AI. So I think, I believe that we still commit to do further developments and open the opportunity to join with the new science, the new partnerships, and also the new approach by the privates, because we believe that our focus is on the early warnings. So if we got the support from the technology, from the collaboration, so the main goal is to save the people. Thank you.
So thank you very much. So it's very much has a meaningful presentation. Thank you very much. So next, so from Pagasa, Raymond-san, Mr. Raymond, would you provide your presentation, short presentation?
Yes, Abisan, good afternoon. Can you already see my screen?
Yeah, we can hear you and we can see your screen. Just a moment. So, okay. Please go ahead. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Abisan, and good afternoon to everyone. So I'm very sorry that I was not able to join in Japan personally, but I was very grateful to WNI for this opportunity to share the Pagasa's perspective on the impact of artificial intelligence on Philippine meteorological services. So the same with our friends from Indonesia, we also share almost the same scenario, having so many tropical cyclones, tropical weather disturbances. It's also the effect of climate change. So also in the Philippines, currently we are really have bad effects of extreme tropical cyclones and floodings that is happening in our country. So now in the emergence of an artificial intelligence as a technology for help us deliver our services to our fellow Filipinos. So I'm going to present some of the key points on how this artificial intelligence can impact the services, especially on the Philippine meteorological services for our country. So I just wanted to show the AI utilization in operational forecasting and research. So currently, it is a new technology for the Philippines. So especially on Pag-asa, that we are really adapting to artificial intelligence. So we are doing so much of a model output statistics before, machine learning, and now really looking forward for the utilization of artificial intelligence. So the initial use of AI and machine learning techniques in research and pilot projects. So we don't have yet a very sophisticated or maybe a operational AI technology that we already integrated in our system. So we have just some sort of projects like a locally funded projects or a collaboration. Currently, we are collaborating with Atmo AI for developing early warning system for the Philippines. So the application in data analysis, pattern recognition, and post-processing of numeric weather prediction outputs are one of that we are currently doing. So we have some researchers already that uses the pattern recognition, especially for intensity of tropical cyclone, and also now we are really focusing on the post-processing of numerical weather prediction outputs. Also, we have exploratory studies on rainfall forecasting, tropical cyclone analysis, and climate data assessment. So as we are in the Philippines, is experiencing so much of a weather disturbance, so we have a lot of historical information, but we need to have a technology that will be able to use at hand during operation, because that is a very critical information for our operational forecasters and at the same time for our various stakeholders. Also, we have a limited operational deployment. Most AI applications remain research-oriented. So, as I mentioned earlier, we don't have yet an operational AI used for our early warning system. So, we have the AI-assisted tools for satellite and radar data interpretation. So, this is the one I mentioned that we are partnered with our local university, that we can give some information, but it is not yet fully utilized for the operations purpose. Also, there is a growing interest in AI for impact-based forecasting and early warning system, because Pag-asa is now developing the impact-based early warning system. Then now we are really looking on the impact of AI, especially we are still using analog data, meaning we are still using man decision, as mentioned by our friends from Indonesia. So that will be greatly influenced. That will be the early warning system, especially if it is using the impact-based forecasting. So these are some of the pressing concerns and challenges. First, as a government agency, so we have a limited computing infrastructure and access to high-performance system. That will lead to insufficient availability of high-quality, long-term, and well-curated data sets. Also, need for capacity building and special AI skills among meteorological personnel. As I mentioned, this is a new technology, and most of our forecasters and meteorologists are well known to this technology. So we need to have a capacity building, especially in AI technology, so that it will be more sustainable. So integration of AI tools in existing operational workflows. So as in the Philippines, we're still using analog decision making. So what we are doing right now is really helping out on how to integrate AI tools for our operational workflows. So ensuring transparency, reliability, and interpretability of AI-generated outputs. Because as we know, this will be a guidance for our meteorologists and forecasters, but we still have to build a good reliability on these AI tools. And the sustainability and maintenance of AI system over time. Because if it is not the meteorologist doing the AI work, so it will not be sustained in the future. And lack of standardized frameworks for operational AI implementation. So as I mentioned, we have a very various agency working for our disaster response. So we need to have a standardized framework for this one. So we need to have a collaboration between researchers and operational forecasters, because there is still, in the Philippines, we admit that there is still some sort of a gap between the academe and the operational forecasters. The needs is not yet addressed, but hopefully using this AI, we could easily develop a standardized framework for this one. And funding constraint for long-term AI development and system upgrades, because we are in the government service, we have limited resources, so that we need to have partners that will give us funding and also to have an sustainable system upgrades for our AI system. So these are the opportunities for collaboration, public-private partnership. First is partnership with international meteorological agencies and research institutions. So we can do collaboration with academic institutions for joint research and training, engagement with private sector like the WNI for technology development and innovation. Also, access to the advanced AI platforms, cloud computing, and data analytic tools. So because we don't have that resources, so it is a very good opportunity that we could have our private partners that would give us this platform easy for use and also could be customized for the needs of our operations. So it could be co-developed AI-based forecasting and decision support applications. So like a platform that WNA will going to offer to Pagasa that will be able to be integrated in our operations system. And the knowledge transfer, training, and sustainable technology solution. I guess this is a very key point of not only sharing, but also transferring and also collaborating in order to build sustainable technology solutions. And that's all. Thank you. Good afternoon.
Raymond-san, thank you very much. Kim-san from Vietnam. So would you provide your presentation?
So you share my presentation or I will share from here?
Yes, we can see your presentation.
Đấy, là họ sẽ mời người em.
Okay.
Please go ahead. Yep.
Okay, next slide, please. Thank you very much. I'm happy to join the conference today with you. And from the Vietnam side, I would like to share with you some information. The first thing, you know that in Vietnam, for operational activity, now we're using some model. It includes a global model and regional model. But for the AI research and application, up to now in Vietnam, very, very limited. Up to now, there's early research or applying AI in operational forecast. For example, AI for the very short range forecast or detects tropical cycle from satellite imaging, and or applies AI for the improve the tropical cycle intensity forecast up to 3 days. Please next slide. And next slide, please. And in Vietnam, we face some main challenge. The first, you know, that's quantitative precipitation forecast on to 5 days. Up to now, skin forecast is very, very limited, very low. Typical below 20 or 30% for 1 to 3 days lead time, and with almost no skill achieved at 3 to 5 days. And the nowcasting of extreme rainfall 1 to 3 hours, the challenge persists in the providing forecasts that effective support urban flooding or coastal flooding warning and landslide early warning system due to certain error at 1 to 6 hour forecast lead time. And next slide, please. And for tropical cycle intensity forecasting, forecast error have shown a little improve over past 5 to 10 years. And the last error for strong storm and rapidly intensity event. And the gap in the interaction, and up to now we see that there considerable gap in the connecting meteorological forecast with the impact-based warning system. This is a big gap now in Vietnam. Please, next slide. And for the AI, and we expect that in the future we can develop the AI weather model for Vietnam by on get the knowledge from the international other agency with using the training data set from local data set in Vietnam, and we would like to apply the AI for the some pocket like weather pockets, extreme like typhoon, heavy rainfall, and flood, and also for the hydropower and renewable energy, if possible. And next slide, please. And through that, now we are very actively seeking collaboration, and it has partnered with Weather New to the Google AI model, and also we have co-designing model with academic institute, and from this conference today, we also would like to have collaboration with other national hydromet service in ASEAN season, like the Pakistan or Indonesia or Thailand. And last, I very share with colleague from the Thailand. In the slide, he shows that up to now the tool and model can do the rainfall very limited. He says that the model forget only 20 to 100 milli, but actually the observation very large, 4 or 5 times compared with model forget. This is one of the topic in Vietnam we would like to improve in the next time when we apply the AI or new technology and share experience with the colleague from the Asia region. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your sharing. So it's time to finish, but so I'd like to have one question for each country. So would you 1枚めくってもらってもいい? So I'd like to hear about what is your most highest priority for your country to improve your forecast? And after that, what is your expectation for AI technologies and for, how to say, private sectors, including Google and Weather News such and such? So from PM Kage, would you provide your comment?
Thanks, Abe-san. So if I want to raise again in terms of the which part that we can enhance in terms of the using AI, again, basically in the last 5 years, actually, there is no one actually really know what is the AI, the reality. But then when LLMs coming, and then like Google and all the big companies coming and show what is actually AI it is. So if I again mentions from my previous statement, so I would like to divide the phase itself. Pre-processing, processing, and also the post-processing. So in the pre-processing aspect, there is so much or huge opportunity to be developed. So, you know, the use of big data, including the all capacity of the observations, like Indonesia operate more than 46 weather radars, and then that's really big numbers. And it's the observations, maybe we also facing some difficulty with the clutters, with the obstacles. So maybe the data is not on the high qualities. So the expectation is that how actually we can clean the data, we can provide really good quality of the data input. I don't know, in AI, we still believe, because on the numerical weather predictions, we always say that garbage in, so garbage out, something like that. But with the AI, maybe we can really push to be, or to get really good pre-processing aspect. And then the processing itself, there is a really good statement from our colleague in Philippines. He mentions about the computations capacities. But now with like Indonesia, we also start to implement to host the GPU-based high-performance computers. But no, the investments of this aspect is really huge as well. So I think approaching with the cloud-based approach on the processing, I think it's going to be really critical as well. And we believe that if we can also put time efficiencies or cut the time consuming of the processing, so maybe we can also push on the AI aspects. So on the last one, besides we also talking about the models, but then I will also emphasize in terms of the post-processing itself. Because what I believe that when I talk to ChatGPT, for instance, like he can be like my friend, he can answer everything then, right? So the idea is that if we can also push the SAI to help the early warnings can be delivered to the people and to help us to give more precise analysis on the impact on the socio and also economical analysis. So I think it's really going to be a huge opportunity for us to implement the AI. That's what I am seeing. And related with your last questions, so to be honest, so we've just also learned from Japan how the relationship between GMA and weather news, and you provide really good informations. If like I Googling the weather informations, I can see that weather news and GMA will be fine with the early warning. So actually the same approach also start to be implemented in Indonesia. We open our window to collaborations with the private, but then we accommodate all those things with the really legal structures in terms of the regulations. So we believe this is the huge opportunity, especially like in this morning I've discussed with our colleagues in the Google DeepMind, and we have seen like there's a huge opportunity to get a better accuracy if we can collaborate now and also in the futures. So I think we need to take this chance for a better world, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comment. So next, Raymond-san, the same question for you.
Yes, thank you, Abisan. So for me, I agree with our friends from Indonesia that yes, very expensive computing facility is one of our major challenge, basically. But if we have to do it on a cloud, that will be better. But there is still a risk for that one. And also for the priority, I guess, is that we need to have a better capacity building, not only for human resources, but also for other resources that we could be able to sustain AI technology. In relation to that, it will be a twofold that will enhance the capacity of Pag-asa as a meteorological center, but also will also lead to addressing the exact need of our stakeholder, because one of our major issue is that we are still doing our science, but our people is not really understanding our science. So that's the biggest gap in our disaster response, that even though we say there is a super typhoon coming, the people are still lenient because they have this culture of leniency. So that people say, we have already experienced that before and so and so. So that's also needed to be addressed. If AI could provide such information that could be really easily be understood by our stakeholders, that will be a great help for our early warning and disaster response. Abisan.
Okay, thank you, Raymond-san. Thank you very much. So I'd like to hear your opinion.
Thank you. Okay. So with the AI technology, I think is very important for the technology is change to be changed in the nowadays, and maybe in the future, and not the future. It's a near time. I think we expect to the AI to help to the forecast for the short term and the long term, and then maybe in the we try to but now we experiment for the AI technology for the forecast in Thailand in the TMD, but in the future I think for the apply to the operation in the future. But I think sometime we have some problem about data for input or the reanalysis data in the local area. It is very important because the area some area is not have the data in the local, but we try to do this one, how to the analysis the data all the Thailand for the forecast for the climate forecasting. And now I think when I think the Thailand we try to set budget, but some things is we to the try to the lever to the government for the how to this one. There's AI for the technology in the coming in the Thailand for the health to useful for the prediction for the forecasting. And so AI technology I am not sure in nowadays because some agencies try to do is for the operation and try to the experiment and we conclusion. And I think AI in the future we can replace this one and help for us and expert in the future, I think.
Thank you very much. So in your presentation, so in addition to the typhoon track forecast, so your precipitation forecast is also important for Thailand, right?
Yes, the tropical cyclone is affected in Thailand, but when we try to the prediction, we save the people and the properties. I think is especially the people we can mitigate to the safety light.
Okay, thank you very much. So next, Kim-san, same question for you. I don't have to have your opinion.
Yes, in my side, we think that in the future we will continue to would like to apply or expect can apply the AI model to improve the disaster forecast, example the typhoon forecast and heavy rainfall forecast. As I mentioned that now the physics model is very limited in the rainfall forecast. This is very important because after rainfall forecast, the disaster is the flood or landslide, which impact a lot in our country. So the more the target in future, we would like to how to improve the rainfall forecast using the new technology like AI. And I very totally agree with our colleague from the Philippines, Thailand, and Indonesia. And maybe from this conference, we will have idea for the develop the on AI weather forecast for the ASEAN area. For example, in that we can collaboration and sharing the data or sharing the knowledge, so we can have the the model AI model for our area. We can make do the running every day and provide and sharing the data forecast for all the country in our area. For example, thank you very much.
Kim-san, thank you very much. So shortly, I'd like to wrap up. So many things are included in this panel discussion. But so how to say is a collaboration between the public, private, and academia. Such kind of conference is also so important for us. And so, in addition to the typhoon tracking forecast, also precipitation, rainfall forecast is also important for some countries. And also pre-processing and processing and post-processing. So we can see a lot of opportunities to apply AI technology at that. And so capacity building for computer resources and for AI scale. That's also important for NMHS from Pagasa and some countries. And and so the dissemination of early warnings by using AI, such kind of the, how to say, not only just calculating, but also so delivery of the, how to say, to inform to the people. That's also important for us. That's one of the, how to say, chance for AI. We apply AI to the, how to say, information, or how to say, method to inform. Okay, so thank you very much for attending this conference. Thank you very much for, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.